Welcome to my tutorial on how to use ShowDocument. First, you will sign in or sign up. And it is very simple to sign up. So I will be showing you the options as what they ask you for to sign up. The items with asterisks are the ones that you have to fill out. So once you fill them out, of course, I've already done a account, so I will sign in to my account. After signing in, it is very easy and simple to start a session, because in using this tool, you're able to do document sharing and also websites. Now, before we start a session, let me just give you a short tour of other options that ShowDocument offer. At the bottom, you would see this tool is used for tutors, students, companies, and individuals. And you have various apps. Now, with the free version, all apps are not free, but there are enough that you are able to still function. This tool kind of reminds me of Blackboard or Collaborate or even Canvas. Also, one of the things that they allow you to do is to check your inbox, because students or whomever can send you messages. Even if you're not available, you can still get your messages. One of the cool things is if you have a session and you want to just monitor your session activity, because someone may want you to go back to a actual session you were in, you're able to do that. And in this session history, it just provides you the started, the ended time, the duration, your activity, the participants, who initiated it, and also the recording. You're able to view it. So this was a great tool that I found helpful if you are a teacher and you may forget, well, I don't remember what I did on that day, so you can go back to your history. Also, if you have any documents, you can upload documents so that you won't have to try to go back and forth to show when you're in a session. Also, you can upload videos, and then your students, or you can send them to your students, but they're right there in your box, that you don't have to try to go back and forth to try to find them, because you already have them there. So that was a nice tool for teachers to be able to use. Now, in your App Center, it gives you 4 different tabs: most popular, your productivity, your entertainment, and also your utilities. So when you go, of course, when you're using utilities, it just allows you to see, instead of having to go through all of them. But entertainment, it allows you to do your YouTube, Flickr, set games, tic-tac-toe, Facebook albums, and so forth. Your productivity is when you're doing your share file, your whiteboard, your co-editing, and all of these are already installed. So when you sign in to your account, these things have been installed. Now, if you are using it, in some instance, when we get into our session, you would see that some are not free. So you're going to see a $, which tells you have to pay for it. Now, I'm already in, so I'm going to go back to my home page. Once going to my home page, I'm ready to start a session. So to start a session, all you have to do is click here on your Start a Session. Now, once you have started a session, here's what I was speaking of, where you will see your $, and then you won't see a $, here, which is a great way of knowing beforehand which you will have to pay for and which you don't have to pay for. Ready to start your session. Well, when you're starting your session, of course, you would like to invite new participants. So when inviting participants, it gives you various options in doing so. You can ask them to go, and then they would just have to put this code in. You can send the link, or you can send it through an email. And the way that I shared this with my group members was that I sent them all an email, and they were able to then click, and I gave them a time frame that we were going to meet, and they were able to click on that link and join into the session. Now, when you are doing your sessions, you can choose which you would want to use. And at the top, you would see it tells you whatever you're in. So if we're using the whiteboard option, it's going to give you the option at the top and say whiteboard. When you're using the whiteboard, of course, just like when we use Blackboard Collaborate, it allows you to use your pen, change the color, use little lines, use a marker, white out, which you know how you white out words, clear it all, using your cursor, and adding text. So if I want to add text, I would just go here and make a block, and then just say, I'm going to just say, welcome to ShowDocument. Now, after I have sent that, or even on the whiteboard when I'm teaching my students or however I'm using it, then I have the option of saving this as a PDF file, which is very nice because you can save this and then print it. And also, once you save it, it says save yes, and then you can save it as whatever you want to. I'm going to name this testing, and then save it to your desktop or wherever you want to save it, and then press save. So once you do that, you can go back and then you can send that actual file to whomever you would like. Here it says allow participants to save PDF. So your participants can also save it and keep it for their files. Now, if I want to close this out after using it, and here, as you can see, it says for audio and video capabilities, you must have the Upgrade Pro. But we were still able to chat, which was still a good option to give us. And when we chatted, then we were able to, go back and forth in conversation. But it would be great to have the audio video because it allows you to feel more interactive with your students. Now, after which I said, would you like to save this PDF? I'm going to say no because I've already done that. Now, to do code editing, that is when you're actually writing a document, and then that next person, they can also do the document. And I have some examples that I will show, and to let you see how we code edited. Now, when you finish that, of course, before I go to this, I will let you see how it's set up. And then you can do it as like you're working with documents. So you can do new documents, and then you can go back and forth between your tabs. Once you're finished, you can save it just like you would do a regular file. And then when you save that file, it goes to your documents. So that is also a nice option that teachers can use. And at the bottom, you see how it says document because you have saved it, and now you can send it or do whatever you would like with it. As I told you earlier, screen sharing, it did not work well for me, But the YouTube, I enjoyed using the YouTube because sometimes when I'm teaching, I want to show my students tutorials on how to do something. So you can do this within ShowDocument, and you can upload the YouTube video. Now, as you see, it already gives you some options. And if you already know some of the things that you want to do, all you have to do is go here and add your URL. So if I wanted to just say get started, I can go, and then this comes up and you're able to play the document or the video right there, and your students are able to see it. So this is a good option in order to show your students a YouTube video right on hand. Now after you finish, of course, you can always close it and then go on to whatever other tool. So as you see, this is basically how to use ShowDocument. And one of the cool things was, if you wanted to play a icebreaker game with your students, you can do so, and then they will come back and respond back to you, and then you go and put your next letter, and then you can play just a game of tic-tac-toe. Also, you can play a card game with friends. So this can be useful and helpful. Say for instance, you've been up all night working with your classmates, and you may just want to take a break and play a hand of cards or whatever. So I hope that I've shown you all of what you may need in order to use ShowDocument for your classroom, for your business, or whatever the usage may be. Thank you, and hope that you have learned something.